1, 2, 3, 4, Schlemiel, Schlemile. Simply Best Crafts Incorporated. Jason, we're gonna journal every day our way. We're gonna have a doggo play. We're gonna journal till we're through. Doing it our way. We're gonna journal our way. Hi, Odin. Hi, Odin. This is my sister's dog, Odin. He's gonna help us with Simply Blessed Crafts Journal Our Way. And we're not gonna sing a silly Laverne and Shirley song this time, are we, buddy? Are you a good boy? Yes. Yes? Yes. No dogs were hurt in the making of this video, but one of them got a big carrot. Good job, buddy. Take care. Say bye-bye to everybody. Bye-bye, everybody.
Alright guys, so welcome to Journaling Our Way, hosted by Tasha from Simple Hour Tasha and me from Simply Blessed Crafts. This is hosted the last Monday of every month, and we're going to get into project number 1. I actually just grabbed some of these cardstock that I had in my stash. These are actually pieces of quote-unquote trash that I had in my stash that a bunch of my stickers actually came into that I got off of Amazon. I'm actually going to use these as a few tags. I am just using a few of the stickers, and I'm just going to decorate a little bit of them up, just because the simple fact is I thought the designs on them were actually kind of cool with the patterns and everything like that. So I didn't do a whole lot with these. I just kind of decorated up with some of the stickers that I had in my stash here. So, and I just show you a couple of them. I'm not going to go into a whole bunch of detailing. I stuck down a clock and this little pretty chair here. I'm going to grab a Alice sticker off of some of the washi tape stickers that I have in my stash here, and I add a little mouse down to there, and that's pretty much all I really do to this. This one here, I do grab some teacups and a tea pot here. I am gonna fussy cut around here. We're gonna shout out Joanna just because Joanna's adorable and she thinks that I'm the queen at fussy cutting. I do go around and fussy cut everything along with the teapot here. There is people on here that do better fussy cut than I do. I can actually shout her out too, and her name is Nicole over at Relax Cut Glue. She is phenomenal at fussy cutting. She actually does more with magazines, and she does glue books, and has been inspiring me more to use more of my magazines, which I have tons of. Anyway, I did stick down all of these, and then I'm going to add another little cup to the top of it, and I kind of move on from there. Like I said, didn't go into a whole lot of detail. I just thought I'd add a couple of little ones there. Now we're going to get into project number 2, where I'm going to decorate my journal here. And I'm going for a little bit more of an Alice in Wonderland theme. If you haven't noticed here, we're doing a little bit of Alice in Wonderland. Now I've had, I did make this journal myself. If you are not familiar with that video, I can actually have that linked in the description box below as well. But I had a few of these extra sayings and stuff like that. It involves the tea set and tea party, and it's tea time and all that kind of stuff. And I'm kind of just adding these throughout the the journal, and kind of sticking them down wherever I feel fit. I I was just kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do here. This storyline is a little bit different than the actual story itself. It just kind of tells the story of the Tea Party and how the Tea Party actually got started. So like the March Hare here calls up the Mad Hatter and wants to celebrate his birthday for him and stuff, so we're gonna do a tea party kind of thing, and then they end up continuing on for several days basically, and they just don't end up washing the dishes, and they just keep on and bring in more teapots into the equation, and then they end up singing the unbirthday song, which is actually in the book and all that. So I do kind of know that part of it, but anyway, I'm using a lot of my stickers and a lot of pages and stuff that I have ordered off of Amazon. Some of this I'm just basically tearing apart or cutting down to size. Like this one here came out of one of the books that I got off of Amazon, and it's basically just a journal page, and I'm like, well, why not put this down in here? And it actually has the little Mad Hatter down with a piece of cake, which fits into this journal perfect. I did want to add some flowers to this because Alice in Wonderland is very garden-y and very flowery, so I'm going to add a little pocket down here with some flowers down here in this, and kind of decorate this up in that aspect. This book, this journal here alone was just going to be based on just the Tea Party itself. I do have another book that is the whole story of Alice in Wonderland. It's one of the golden books, the storylines, and I do want to eventually do the entire storyline. This one here, I'm just kind of focusing on the Tea Party itself. So I wanted to add a lot of the teacups, a lot of the cake, because it was his, birthday thing. So I'm basically focusing on Tea Party in general. So I'm not trying to involve the Queen in this a lot or anything like this. Right here, I'm kind of fussy cutting around a little label that kind of says Tea Party up here. It has a blank spot up here, and I was just like, I want to add a label that kind of just brings more attention to that area. So I added the Tea Party. It says Tea Party up there in the top. Another blank page. This one was white. So I was like, okay, well, I have this really pretty paper. Came out of kind of more of a steampunk version of Alice in Wonderland. Ziggy, alarm off. Sorry about that, you guys. It's my alarm to take my pills. But anyway, it's just kind of like a steampunk paper, and I just thought it just had really pretty coloring. It has like the cards and stuff like that, and I thought this would just be really pretty to have down in here to cover up the white page. So I'm just going to add this, and it was easier just to fold it in this little end piece than to glue it and have like a bunch of glue hanging from the end of it. So that's kind of the way I did this, and then I'm going to add some washi tape here in the middle to kind of cover up any of the excess that I didn't cover when I stuck down my paper here. So here is kind of where the March Hare is bringing over his birthday cake to this party. So I had one of these little cakes I found. It's not even close to the one that he has, but I thought it was cute. I got it out of this book that I got from, I think it was either Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Not quite sure which one I got this from, but it's a Mary Elizabeth. What is it? Mary something. I don't remember. But I love all the illustrations and stuff in here. There's a lot of teapots and stuff like that, so it was really fitting into this. And this one has a little mouse in one of the teapots, which fit right into the little drowsy mouse. I can't remember his name, what they call him or whatever off the top of my head, but... And then I had some of these cards that had some teapots on them. And I was like, how cute would it be to maybe have these to be like little flip pockets that were kind of just hiding little secret things underneath it. So since you could see the little mouse up there cheering with him into his, in their tea party, maybe I could have like the little mouse sleeping in the teapot down underneath this little card, and you can just flip it up. It's like a interactive journaling spot, and a lot of journals kind of have this kind of stuff. That's why they have the pockets and stuff like that. They have like little flips and surprise stuff. I do end up adding stuff to this one off screen, and I don't show you guys. I actually figured it out what I wanted to add to it after I filmed my intro or my final reveal and everything. So I'll have to show you guys some other time. So I apologize for that, but it ended up coming to me later. So this is actually an extra page that I didn't end up putting in my journal. It just didn't have no significance to the storyline. It just kind of shows a teapot and a piece of cake, and it kind of was explaining what they were planning on doing. So I ended up just cutting out the teapot and the cake and just sticking this down, because why not use the illustrations in it, even though I'm not going to use the actual story of the book. So I thought that would be a good part in this. I'm going to skip a couple of pages here because I wasn't sure on what I wanted to add to these at the moment. And I come across a couple of blank pages, and I'm like, okay, so what can we go with this? So I grabbed this pieces of paper again, and I'm going to cut out some of these sayings that I had. Like I said, I had a bunch of sayings that came out of one of my notebooks for this Alice in Wonderland theme. I cannot tell you off the top of my head what they say, but I know it involves like a bunch of the tea party stuff and everything like that. A few of them do say like eat me and drink me and stuff like that, so it'd be more for like when she's drinking the potion to make her taller or make her shorter and all that stuff. So, but these ones are more specific for like the on birthday and like the tea party in themselves. So I'm kind of sticking them down here. And then I grabbed this little teacup again from my other book, and I ended up sticking on the other page. Found it, and I'm like, I need to add this somewhere. Grabbed out some more of my washi tape sticker thing, and just ended up going with a couple of these washi stickers. One of them has like the table setting underneath a tree, and the other one just has some teacups with some cards and stuff, and then I added Alice sitting next to the cards and the teacups and stuff. So here I'm going to end up adding the leftover piece that we had from that blank piece that I put down. And we're going to kind of make a side tuck for our journal here. It kind of went nice with that because, like I said, it involved the cards. I found some more teacup and plates, like saucers and stuff like that, and some of my stuff that I've gotten from Hobby Lobby. This stuff came from like in their section, their paper studio section. So I got it for like their 40% off area. And then I was like, okay, well, we can play around with this since we're doing this theme. We can maybe just glue these down. So I'm kind of hiding the plate on the corner of it, and I'm just kind of gluing these down on the side. And then I found a big set, a big plate, and a big teacup, or big teapot. And I'm like, okay, I wonder if I can kind of turn this into another sort of pocket. So I'm going to kind of show you how I'm going to do that. I'm going to just cut out the inside of that loop of the teapot, as you kind of see me do. And I'm going to dark up the edges a little bit, antique them up a little bit. So I do glue around majority of the circle here, but I leave the top. Now I'm going to do the same thing to this teapot. I'm going to kind of have it a little bit kitty wampus, and I'm going to leave the top of it open, but I'm going to glue down majority of it onto the plate. And it's going to kind of leave the top open to where we can stick something down inside of it. And we're going to have that as a little pocket. It actually turned out a lot better than what I thought it was going to. So, and here I'm just adding a couple more of our little cards that I have. These have, like I said, the teapots on them and stuff. So right now I'm just going around and like going around the edges and stuff. And that's all I really do, guys. And we're going to get into the final reveal. Make sure you guys go check everybody else out on the playlist. Make sure you guys go check out Tasha. I'm not quite sure who's all going to join us this month. I have not checked all that out, but we always have a cute turnout. And if you get into the junk journaling stuff, guys, this is right up your guys' alley. Please make sure you guys give us all a like and subscribe and hit that hype button if you're allowed to. It really helps our channels grow, and it really helps our algorithm get people out in the other platforms to let us know, or let them know that we're there. Especially with us just starting out with some of this junk journaling stuff, it just doesn't always attract as much attention as sometimes we want it to. So but yeah, so I'm just kind of paging through and showing you guys, oh my gosh, if I could talk, showing you guys what I have done in here. I'm still not quite sure. I love that paper, but I'm not sure what I'm going to put on that paper. And here's our little flaps. So like that one here has a little mouse sleeping in the teapot. And then like I said, this one here, there's nothing underneath it, but I end up putting some stuff underneath it. And then here's our little teapot that we showed earlier that I cut out. And then our little cup that I stuck down earlier. And then our last page here that we ended up doing our little tuck spot with our little cards. And then our other little pocket here. And then this one here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This one was just kind of me just messing around and having fun. God bless you all, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And I will see you guys all in the next one. I don't know if I'll have Tag Tuesday out tomorrow, but we will be continuing that here really shortly. God bless you all.